Good morning, friends. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Last week was review week, and we're back at it this week. We're in Unit 9, Lesson 6 for today. Mr. Thayer here, Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship, ready to rock a CKLA lesson with you, all right? So first off, let's review what we are going to tackle today. Unit 9, Lesson 6. Two things we're gonna work on today. We're gonna look at uppercase letter practice for I, J, K, L, and M. Very simple. I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps for that and have you guys practice. And second, we are gonna get into a read aloud, Zack Gets a Pet, and look at the story questions. So those are gonna be the two things that we are going to highlight today as we go through our lesson. Not much work here, but we're gonna make sure that we do everything correctly. We're gonna start off with our uppercase letters first, all right? So uppercase letters, you see them at the beginning of sentences, in names, and if you're talking about a place, different things like that in your reading. Make sure today when you go through your book today, look for uppercase letters, or if you're doing a read aloud at home or you have one of your books out at home, look for those uppercase letters. They are in there, all right? So let's start with the first one and this is also a sight word. You guys have seen this one before, the letter I, all right? And for I, we have a long line down, line across, all right? So that is the letter I. I'm going to show you what that looks like, all right? And our rhyme just says, long line down, line across, line across. Say it with me. Long line down, line across, line across. So here we go. We're going to go long line down, line across, line across. And there is your capital I. Let's do that one more time. Let's say it one more time. Long line down, line across, line across. Long line down, line across, line across. There's your capital I. And we'll do one more over here. Long line down, line across, line across. There is your capital I. Very simple. The I's aren't too hard to do. Long line down, line across, line across. All right. That was our capital I. Let's see what is up next. Our next letter is the letter J. And J is very, very simple. For any of my friends out there who like to fish, our letter J is just a fish hook. We're making just a fish hook. That's all we are doing for our letter J. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, so we go down, okay, down, and make a fish hook. Okay, top to bottom, we're going to go down and make a fish hook. Very, very simple for the J. Make sure that it start from the top, we go top to bottom, and then we make that fish hook right there. Don't put a worm on that hook, though. Fish hook for our J. That's our second uppercase letter. Great job. Make sure we practice that. Okay? Now, it's going to get a little bit tricky. I got a couple of tricky ones in here yet to do. So we did our J. Let's take a look at our K. K. It's important with K is long line down, diagonal, diagonal. All right? So for K, we got long line down, diagonal left, diagonal right. Long line down, diagonal left, diagonal right. Okay? Let's take a look. Here we go. Remember, long line down. And then what I like to do is I like to come right about the middle here. Diagonal left, diagonal right. Boom. Okay? Long line down. Then I come to the middle. Diagonal left, diagonal right. All right? Those are our letter K's right there. Long line down, diagonal left, diagonal right. That will give you your capital K's. All right? Next one is not too bad. Our next one is the capital, or say uppercase L. Long line down, line across. Long line down, line across. All right? So let's take a look at that. Long line down, line across. Long line down, line across. Long line down, line across. And that makes your uppercase L. Very, very simple. L's are a very simple one. I did that one kind of quick. And we will finish up with a tricky one here today. This one's a little bit tough. A lot going on when it comes to this letter, but I think we can do it 4 steps in this one. It is an uppercase M. So for uppercase M, we have long line down, diagonal right, diagonal up, long line down. Okay? Very, very tricky. I'm going to do this one nice and slow for us. M gets us kind of a little bit confused when we do it, but that's okay. We're going to practice it. Here we go. Long line down, diagonal right, diagonal up, long line down, capital M. Here we go. Okay? Long line down. All right? Then I want to come right back up to the top here. Okay? Diagonal right, diagonal up, long line down. Okay? Make sure you're picking up your pencil or your crayon when you're doing this. It makes it a lot easier. So long line down. I want to come right back up to the top. Diagonal left, or excuse me, diagonal right, diagonal up, long line down. Okay? Let's do one more of those. Ready? Here we go right here. Long line down, diagonal right, diagonal up, long line down. That is your uppercase M. All right? So today we learned about our letters and how to write them as uppercase. We went over I, J, K, L, and M. We had a little bit of rhyme for each one of those. And the best thing for you guys to do is to practice those letters. Get a spare scrap sheet of paper. Practice writing those letters. Or if you have a dry erase board, practice on those. One of the things that I've been having my kids do is my kids love to use sidewalk chalk. Go outside and practice writing those letters 1 or 2 times. All right, practice those uppercases. Those are going to be very important as we move forward. All right, that was our uppercase letter practice. Let's turn it over to Zack Gets a Pet. That is our story for the day. And with our story comes vocabulary. All right, our vocabulary words are shrug, and that means to lift one's shoulders like this. I'm going to show you what it means to shrug. You shrug like that. Huh? Maybe you're answering, maybe you're not sure. You shrug. I see a lot of you guys shrug in class like that. A buck is $1. All right, another term for money. Buck, $1. And cash is another term for money. So shrug, buck, and cash. Remember those as I go through the story. Those are our vocabulary words. And today, here's what I want you to do. I really want you guys to listen for story details today. I want you to really be listening as I read the story because there are going to be some questions that go along with it. I want to see who has been paying attention. Think about the details that I'm going to give you in the story as I read today. All right? So I'm going to go into my book, Zack and Ann. All right? This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. That is the spine. I'm going to circle the title. I'm going to try to circle. There we go. Circle the title. All right. Author writes the word. Illustrator draws the pictures. All right. We're going to open up to the table of contents. The table of contents helps us out a ton because it shows us where to go. Zack gets a pet. There it is. And it tells me page 20. So I'm going to head over to page 20 and check it out. Page 20. Zack gets a pet. Okay. Can I get a cat? Zack asks. Dad tells Zack, no cats. Cats run up trees and can't get back. All right, Zack asked for a cat. Dad said, nope, not happening. Can I get a bug? Zack asks. Ann tells Zack, no, a bug is not a pet. If you look in that story here, let me move my hand right over here, boom. There is the tricky word I, and there is a tricky word no right there. Underline. So Zack's sister says, can we have a bug? A bug is not a pet. Let's see what else. That's 2. So a cat and a bug so far. Can I get a fish? Zack asks. A fish? His mom asks. A fish is not so bad. Can a fish be a fun pet? Dad nods and Ann shrugs. Can I get one then? Zack asks. Mom nods. Yes, yells Zack. I guess Mom and Dad are cool with the fish. Zack runs to the pet shop. Can I get that fish? Zack asks. This one? The pet shop man asks. Zack nods. This one costs $6. That means it costs $6. Zack hands the man the cash. Then Zack runs to Mom and Dad with his pet fish. Take a look at Zack right there. How do you think he looks right now? How do you think he feels after he got his pet fish? Pretty cool, huh? He's excited, I would say. And that is the end of our story, Zack and the Pet Shop. As we have gone through, Zack Gets a Pet. We went through, we saw some tricky words. We saw the tricky word I. We saw the tricky word no. Lots of punctuation here. There is an exclamation point there. It means you're going to read it with excitement. Okay? You also are seeing some quotation marks. Like right up here in Can I Get a Cat? That represents that someone is talking in the story. When you see that, you understand that someone is speaking, and it shows what they are saying. Okay? So just a couple of things to point out there. Lots of punctuation in the story. Lots of sight words, tricky words. All right? And also a lot to retell. What animals or what pets did Zack want, and what did Mom and Dad say? All right? I put some questions into a Google Doc on Google Classroom. Go through them. I think there's 4 questions on there. I want to see if you guys were paying attention to the story. Also, the book is loaded down in the Google Classroom doc that I have there. If you want to go back and read it and practice this story, that would be great. Sound out those words. All right. So like I said today, we practiced our uppercase letters. We did an awesome job with that. We read our story, Zack Gets a Pet, and talked about some questions in the story. Hope you guys are having a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow.